Israel has just advanced through the legislative process extremely important, symbolically important, practically important bill, the nation-state bill, which has nothing to do with the peace process, but rather reaffirms Israel's identity as the nation-state of the Jewish people, much like similar constitutional provisions in many European constitutions affirm the primacy of Spanish as the official language of Spain, or the Estonian nation as the official people of Estonia. These provisions are quite common. What's extraordinary, and the State Department said nothing. So that might not seem like news to you, unless you look at previous minor moves, far less significant than this, even when this bill was introduced, when it was debated, would result in State Department comments. Not saying it's bad, but saying things like, Israel needs to ensure that it remains a democratic state. We're watching it. And the fact that now Israel can engage in absolutely normal, internal, domestic legislation without a State Department microscope over it is an extremely important development. Even the symbolism surrounding Trump's first few months in office is extremely important. He appointed David Friedman as ambassador to Israel. Now, the ambassador to Israel is not a vastly influential position in previous administrations. It will probably not be a vastly influential position here. But what was extraordinary was that this appointment, vastly opposed by J Street, was his first ambassadorial appointment. And again, it's just the contrast that's important. Ambassador Friedman has been a supporter of the Beit El Yeshiva. That is not a particularly shocking thing to support an institution of Talmudic higher education in a historically Jewish town. But at the same point in the Obama administration, charities that supported educational and other philanthropic projects in Judea and Samaria began to get investigated by the IRS and threatened with a loss of their tax-deductible status. That seems very unlikely to happen now. That's a big, so again, it's not a big thing that Friedman was contributed to the Beit El Yeshiva, but it's a difference in direction. Finally, he's going to the Western Wall, first president to do so. That itself is significant. And again, everything is about how it's framed. The conventional frame that has been attempted to be developed around this is not Trump is the first president to go to the Western Wall, but rather, well, he's not meeting Bibi there. So this is very much glass half empty, glass half full. But before, I would say, to borrow from a Jewish wedding ceremony, it was a broken glass. No American president would go to the Western Wall. And it is also simply not true, as is quite credulously reported in many outlets, that the president will not be meeting with official representatives of the Israeli government there. At least as is currently understood from his itinerary, he will be escorted by Rabbi Rabinowitz, the chief rabbi of the Western Wall, who is as much of an Israeli government official as the Archbishop of Canterbury is a British government official. He is a paid Israeli civil servant appointed by Israeli government body. He gets his paycheck from Israel. So he will indeed be escorted by an Israeli official, and probably the one most appropriate for a visit to such a holy site. Other things that haven't happened. The United Nations Human Rights blacklist of companies with business ties to Israel, which was supposed to be coming out any day now, seems to have been pushed off significantly, in part by significant pressure from Ambassador Nikki Haley, who may be the first senior U.S. official. She's a cabinet level official, and she has said that she regards the Western Wall as part of Israel. If that was a statement was made any time by any cabinet level official in the past 20 years, it would have been the main diplomatic story for months. But I think it does not fit the narrative of there's only one possible solution. That said, it is very likely that President Trump will not announce that the embassy will move on this visit. It is very likely that he will want to show that he will at least engage and give the Palestinians a chance before taking further measures that might be deeply disliked by them. And I think he will reason that it will be wise to let them fail, and they're very likely to fail under the parameters he sets forth, where the establishment of a Palestinian state on, that is to say, if they fail when the parameters were the Obama parameters, surely this will fail when the parameters are the new Trump parameters, and that will give him a much freer hand to push back on objections from State Department bureaucrats that, for example, implementing the Jerusalem embassy law will torpedo the peace process. He will probably let it sink of its own accord first. And as I said in my Wall Street Journal op-ed last week on this subject, it would not be unwise to say, I'm signing this waiver because I'm new here. This is going to be the last waiver. And indeed, I think before he took office, Trump may have been bureaucratically unwise in thinking that moving the embassy is a good first move, because it requires a lot of support from the bureaucracy, which is not going to be supported at a time when there are many, many senior political appointments to the State Department that have not been filled. And think about President Obama if he wanted to move the embassy, which he didn't. Would he have done it as his first act upon taking president? No. He would do it after the November elections in the last year of either his first or last term, when really there's very little political pushback that one can get. And again, one has to remember that even if President Trump signs this waiver, which I hope he doesn't, but I think he may well, it is not the last waiver, and it's not the easiest waiver. That is to say, this would be the hardest push, is the first waiver. The easiest one would be the one in June immediately preceding the 2020 elections to solidify the base, or in December after the 2020 elections to do whatever he wants. And the discussion around the embassy issue really shows how fundamentally the narrative has shifted about U.S.-Israel relations. I think for much of the past several presidencies, the question was, how much is America going to stick it to Israel if they do not give the Palestinians what they want, if they implement legislation that various NGOs don't want? And the answer would sometimes be a little, and the answer would sometimes be a lot. Now the discussion is how many previously undreamt of goodies is the president going to deliver? And it's a matter of setting expectations. And by the way, President Obama was very wise about setting expectations. He discussed the Security Council veto for many, many years. There were trial balloons, there were leaks, there were statements, maybe we won't be able to stop it from happening, building up the momentum. Trump has had very little time to build up the momentum. But again, while there may be very few concrete deliverables on this visit, I think what this visit clearly does show is that the arrow, the vector, the direction of the relationship is moving in a fundamentally different direction.